We configured two AI debaters to argue one of the most pressing questions of modern life. Does social media make us more connected or more lonely? On one side, the advocate for connection argues that social platforms build bridges across the world. On the other hand, the advocate for loneliness claims that despite appearances, social media isolates us more than ever before. To keep things fair, we also asked 5 AI judges to evaluate the arguments after each round, scoring them from 0 to 10. Let's begin.
Social media is the greatest tool for human connection in history. Today, you can talk to a friend across the globe in real time. Families separated by oceans stay in touch daily through photos and video calls. Movements for justice, from Me Too to climate change activism, spread globally because social networks connect people who would never otherwise meet. Before social media, only the powerful had a voice. Now, anyone can share their story and find support. That's not isolation. That's empowerment and connection on a massive scale.
We asked 5 AI models to evaluate the discussion and give a response from 0 to 10. Here are the scores the judges gave for the first response. Average score, 7.0. Total score, 7.0.
That's the illusion of connection. Yes, you can reach more people, but at what cost? Real human bonds require depth, trust, and face-to-face interaction. Social media reduces relationships to likes, emojis, and shallow scrolling. Studies show that heavy social media users report higher loneliness than light users. People curate fake highlight reels of their lives, and others compare themselves against impossible standards. The result? Depression, anxiety, and feelings of emptiness. Social media doesn't make us connected. It makes us perform connection while feeling increasingly alone.
You're cherry-picking negatives. Loneliness existed long before social media. If anything, platforms have reduced isolation. Disabled individuals, marginalized groups, or people in rural areas find communities they'd never have access to offline. Social networks allow introverts to open up in ways they never could in person. Even during the pandemic, when physical isolation was at its peak, social media became a lifeline, from online concerts to Zoom family dinners. It's not fair to blame loneliness on the very tools that kept millions sane in isolation.
Yes, marginalized people can find community online, but that doesn't erase the broader problem. Social media is designed not to connect us, but to keep us addicted. Algorithms reward outrage and division, not genuine bonding. That's why so many online communities devolve into toxic echo chambers. And about the pandemic, sure, people Zoomed with relatives, but countless surveys showed mental health declined despite constant online connection. If social media truly cured loneliness, why did depression rates skyrocket during the period when we were more digitally connected than ever?
Depression during the pandemic wasn't because of social media. It was because of unprecedented global trauma. Blaming social media for that is like blaming the telephone during wartime. In fact, social platforms enabled telemedicine, virtual classrooms, and support hotlines. Imagine the pandemic without WhatsApp, Discord, or Facebook Messenger. Entire generations would have been cut off from education and work. Social media didn't cause the loneliness crisis, it softened the blow.
You're right that tech provided some relief, but the addiction problem is undeniable. On average, people spend 2.5 hours daily on social platforms. That's time not spent on meaningful in-person interactions. Families sit at dinner tables glued to phones. Kids grow up chasing digital validation instead of developing real social skills. And let's not forget the mental health epidemic among teens, skyrocketing anxiety, cyberbullying, body dysmorphia from Instagram filters. If social media really connects us, why do we feel lonelier the more we use it?
Let's talk evidence. The Pew Research Center found that 81% of teens say social media helps them feel more connected to friends. 68% said they receive support during tough times online. These aren't abstract numbers. That's millions of kids finding comfort, advice, and friendship when they need it most. And yes, there are negatives, but blaming social media entirely is like blaming food for obesity. The tool itself isn't evil, misuse is. In moderation, social media is an unparalleled force for good.
Statistics can be framed in many ways. Yes, some kids feel connected, but the same surveys reveal that 59% of teens feel overwhelmed by drama on social media, and 29% feel pressure to post content that makes them look good. Think about that. 1 in 3 kids is essentially curating a fake life to gain approval. That isn't connection, it's performance. When connection depends on likes and followers, it's fragile and toxic. True connection isn't about algorithms, it's about presence, something social media destroys.
Social media has flaws, but so did every technology when it first arrived. The printing press spread misinformation too, yet it revolutionized knowledge. Social media has allowed revolutions, disaster relief coordination, even blood donations through viral campaigns. People have met spouses, built careers, and saved lives because of platforms. To dismiss all of that as fake connection ignores the billions of real relationships enhanced by these tools. Humans have always adapted to new ways of connecting. This is no different.
Except this is different. No other technology in history was built with addiction science at its core. Companies hire psychologists to exploit dopamine loops, ensuring endless scrolling. The goal isn't connection, it's profit through attention. And what's the cost? Rising polarization, declining empathy, and fractured communities. The printing press spread knowledge. Social media spreads misinformation faster than truth, isolating us into silos of belief. We're not adapting to connection, we're adapting to manipulation disguised as connection.
At its best, social media is a tool of liberation, education, and togetherness. It lets grandparents see their grandchildren grow up across oceans. It gives a voice to the voiceless. It creates opportunities for friendships, activism, and innovation. Yes, it can be abused, but so can every human invention. The internet was once feared too, but now it's indispensable. Social media doesn't make us lonely. It makes us human on a global scale.
At its core, social media replaces depth with dopamine. It sells us the illusion of community while profiting from division. Loneliness is rising, especially among the heaviest users. What we call connection online is often performance, manipulation, and comparison. Humans evolved for real eye contact, shared meals, and physical presence. No number of likes can substitute for a hug or genuine friendship. Social media doesn't connect us. It leaves us alone together.
After 6 rounds, here are the results. According to our AI judges, the argument that social media makes us lonelier won this debate. But what do you think? Drop your opinion in the comments. Does social media bring us closer or drive us apart? And don't forget to subscribe for more deep arguments.